All right. Whoppity-doo-dah, to make sure the settings are correct. On the audio, no, they're not. I think it should be fine now. Whoopity-doo, whoopity-doo, boo, 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 boo. All right. I think we got it. Oh, it's in C sharp. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time. She was on the show last week. You don't need a reason. You don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to 224 Anderson Street. Just write a postcard to Portland, Maine. Just write a postcard 04101. 'Cause Grandma loves this show. Well, good morning, everybody. How's it going? I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard Studio, where it's always 70 and sunny. And good morning, Diggy. How are you? Nice to see you here. Actually, it has been 70 and sunny. It's been kind of incredible here. Like a lot of places, we are experiencing record-breaking warm temperatures. We're making the most of it. That's what we do up here in Maine. We make the most of the warm weather while it lasts, because you know what's coming up here? It's called winter. Some of y'all don't know about that. Well, listen, I got a nice little show cooked up for you today. We're going to be talking about voting, because you know what to do. Tomorrow is election day, and it's time to just show up and vote. Show up and vote. If you don't know where your polling place is, type in to your search engine, I don't know where my polling place is. How do I find my polling place? And then put in your town, and it'll help you figure that out. Most places have same-day voter registration. A lot of places do. So if you're not registered to vote, you know what to do. You can show up. Good morning. Good morning, Judith Swyman. How are you? You missed the song. I almost want to sing it again, just for that. Grandma loves this show. There you go. There's the tag. Good morning. Good morning. Is it 70 and sunny in real life? Well, this is an excellent question, Diggy. You know, it is probably, it's probably in the 60s out there and sunny. We had a cloudy morning and a warm night. And now the wind is kicked up, which means it's probably going to get colder tonight. That's my guess. I've been trying to figure out a time to oil this one part of my back deck that I sanded. Actually, I pressure washed it. Remember my pressure washing phase? I think some of y'all might remember that. So I've been trying to figure out a time to oil this part of the deck that I pressure washed, and to protect it for the winter. And guess what? The temperatures keep going up and down. I got to get a couple of solid nights above 50 degrees, and I think we may have passed through that period of time. Anyway, welcome to Postcards. You know what to do. You can, that's what I've been saying all morning, and it's only 11:04. Write to Postcards, care of Jenny Van West Music, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. That is a place to write a postcard. We do have some new mail today. We're going to talk about the Maine ballot, because I got an absentee ballot, so I've got the whole thing right here. We're going to talk briefly about what's there, because there is just like A to F, like A to Z stuff on the ballot this time around, and it's a little bit unclear. There's a lot of sign fights going on about these referenda that are on the ballot in Portland and in Maine generally, but I think specifically Portland, Maine this time around. So we're going to be checking in with that. Sometime later, like around 11:45, probably we'll be doing that. We do have steals and deals. I already looked through them, and I have a couple of favorites. If you have steals and deals that come to your P.O. box or your mailbox, and you see something super cool or super weird, you know where to send it. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine. Sorry. How many months? I'm going to have to do a super cut of every time I forget my own address. Care of Jenny Van West Music, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. Which, by the way, now has Wi-Fi, which means that eventually what I can do is move this lovely little postcard studio down to the office, which I am kind of excited about. I love this postcard studio, but it is called a postcard studio for a reason. It is very small. So I have a little more space down there. It's got super duper charm and all that kind of stuff. I can put up all y'all's postcards on a wall. There's a big old wall where I can put everything up. So yeah, so that's going to be a process. You know, we'll see what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Hello, comments. Oh, I don't know what that is, Judith. Yeah. So anyway, it's good to see you here, and I'm happy to have everybody in the room. So I just thought what I'd do today is do stuff things and play some songs. So let's get a little song going. Let's get a little song going. I want to play this one. This is probably my most requested song, and I thought I'd just play it right away. You know, we're thinking about this election tomorrow, right? A lot of people have been having anxiety about that. I'm going to talk more about that later. I actually wrote a song that touches on that a little bit. But this one is one of my old standbys, so I'm going to warm up with this one. Baby, I'm a long way from home, walking through this strange land, feeling so alone. The streets are cold, the days are dark without you, the path is dim. Sometimes I don't know where to turn. There's a little voice inside that speaks to me in the stillness of the night. Have courage, everything is gonna be alright, and I'm gonna see you again. But we gotta have faith, gotta take heart, gotta stick together when life falls apart. Gotta hang tough, and we gotta let go. 'Cause even when the road is rough, we're never alone, never alone, never alone. Never alone, never alone, never alone. Ooh. Baby, I wander far from home, and in this strange land I no longer feel so alone. 'Cause you are with me everywhere I go, and I'm gonna see you again. But we gotta have faith, gotta take heart, gotta stick together when life falls apart. Gotta hang tough, and we gotta let go. 'Cause I got you, and you got me, a couple of angels and a destiny. We will be lifted, we will be home. These thoughts of you carry me, and we're never alone, never alone, never alone. 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 Whew. Nice to always play that one. Jenny Van West coming to you live from the Postcard studio where it's always 70 and sunny. It is 70 and sunny here today. And outside, it's the winds of change. Woke up, it was humid, it was warm, it was cloudy. And then I could see to the west, which is where our weather typically moves in, sort of across New Hampshire, Vermont, New Hampshire, down from Quebec, Vermont, New Hampshire, and then off into Canada. Is kind of our typical weather pattern. I could see there was clear skies over there, so I knew it was going to clear up. And sure enough, it's breezy, it's clear. The temperature's probably going down, but I haven't looked at the weather yet. So anyway, yeah, okay, that's what I'm talking about. 75 in New York. You might as well get out and enjoy it. Might as well go out and soak up those rays and just enjoy it because, it's going to be winter pretty soon. It's going to be winter pretty soon. And how up here, we usually get a corker every time. It's been a little mild the last couple of winters, but, it still snows it still snows. We still get nor'easters. We still get blizzards. We still get wind. We still get freezing cold. And so it's coming. Anyway, I'm happy to see you guys here. Let's see. Oh, good morning, Peter Van West. How are you? Did you check out my other new song, Starting Back at 1? I did. Thank you. And I will respond to you. Nicely done. Starting Back at 1. Oh, wait a second. Maybe that's different than the one that, than other. Anyway, Peter Van West, my bro-in-law, checking in from Providence, Rhode Island. Nice to see you here. We'll talk songs. I'll talk to you about songs a little later. Yeah, excellent. Maybe Charlotte will make another appearance. I know. I promised she was going to be part of the show. Charlotte's my accordion, CFG Corona 2. Honer bought it on a trade with another guitar I was parting with, and has become the love of my life, and she's actually at the other studio right now. So I was having terrible separation anxiety with my accordion for a while, and if people play accordion and you play any other instrument for that matter, and you understand what it is to have separation anxiety from your instrument, you know what I'm talking about. But things have cooled off. We've passed the white heat phase, and now we know each other a little bit better. So yes, she needs to be a part of things. And last week I thought, I'll probably be in here tomorrow, and I left my accordion in her box. I think I was on my bike. I was like, I think I'm not going to try and take her home on the bike in a couple drops of rain. We'll do that. We'll bring her home some other time. So there you go. That's the story. That's the update about Charlotte. So anyway, happy to be with you guys here today. If you want to write to me, P.O. Box, oh, there I go again, 224 Anderson Street. Portland, Maine, 04101. It's just become such a habit, and there it is, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. Once I've said that, as many times as I said the other address, then it will probably stick. So, oh, and I forgot to put up my ticker this morning. It's Monday, whoops, it's not Monday, November 4th. Wow, that's really interesting. Today is Monday, November 7th, and tomorrow is Election Day. So if you haven't already voted absentee, do remember to go to your polling place tomorrow and vote. It's a very amazing thing that we get to do, and it does have an effect, and it does give you that great sticker that you get to wear around all day that says, I voted. Yes. Or if you go to the polls at 7:30 at night, which some people do, then you get to wear it home and wear it around the next day and brag on everybody about how you voted. So let's take a look here in the comments. Okay, yes, separation anxiety. A long time ago, I had separation anxiety from my guitar that manifested in a dream, and then I wrote a song about the dream. Good, I love that. Oh, and here's an early voter, Judah Swyman down at Queens. So yeah, a little bit later, we're gonna hang out with the Portland, Maine ballot. Just gonna, spend a few minutes on that, demystifying what's on it, because this year I did something I had never done before, which is I got an absentee ballot so I could look at it ahead of time and vote ahead of time. So I think today's the day. It's Monday, I can drop it off. I can drop it off anytime until 8 o'clock tomorrow night, but more fun if I drop it off today. So I've got, you know, a couple things to talk about with that, and, you know, because it's Portland, Maine, when they send you an absentee ballot, they send you a tome, because there are so many things on the ballot this year. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but here's the legalese that explains, and it is 42 pages long. Love my city, love the fact that they do this, that they care enough about us being informed that they will print 42 pages for you if you get an absentee ballot, so you know what the heck is going on, right? So we'll talk more about that about 12:45. We do have some new mail today, and so we'll be doing that at 11:30. But it's time for steals and deals. You know it. We didn't have this. I think we skipped last week. So if y'all are not familiar with Steals and Deals, or you're just joining, welcome to Postcards. You can write to me, P.O. Box, You can write to me, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. I get the mail there every single day. Every single day that they deliver, I get it. You can also write to Grandma. Grandma was on the show last week. If anybody was listening in last week, Grandma from North Moldova. She knows a lot about a lot of things. She's been around. You can ask her anything you want. You need relationship advice, just ask Grandma. 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. I will make sure to communicate with her through the wireless, and you will get a response from her. So let's do that. Let's keep Grandma busy through the long North Moldovan winter. All right, so Steals and Deals. This is one time I went to my P.O. box that I used to have over in Westbrook, and it was not the first day, it was about the third week in a row that I didn't have a postcard, which is, you know, people are busy, whatever. I do love my postcards, and I do love you, so do write to me. I was like, I have Steals and Deals again, so how about we just read that on the show? And lo and behold, everybody loves it, including me. So much so that I have moved my grocery shopping day from Sunday to Monday. Okay? So just take a look at that. See how Postcards has changed my life? Okay, I can't believe I miss Grandma. Well, I'm going to tell you something. She wasn't fielding questions on the show, Judith, so don't worry. Just rewind, go back to last week, and you can totally check it out. All right, so, oh, and good morning, Diana Griffin-Ennis. How are you? Okay. Voted a couple of weeks ago. Oh, dropping off yours tomorrow. Good day. So, I'm going to give you a sneak preview before I read Steals and Deals. We have mail from Diana, just saying. I'm going to be reading that in a little bit. Okay, so Steals and Deals this week. Hannaford, which is where I often shop. Haas avocados or mangoes, 89 cents. 89 cents, that's a really good price. That's 10 cents cheaper than we usually have. I haven't been in there yet, but I'm going to go take a look and see if I can find some good avocados. Here, it's almost better to get them a little unripe and then just let them ripen a little bit in the bag, in a paper bag. That's what I like to do. And let's see, what else did I find at Hannaford? Oh, okay. Hannaford 8-inch coconut custard pie, $6.99. $7 for a coconut custard pie that you could eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some milk on it. That's the way I like it. Avocados, yes, I know. Hear that, California? We're jonesing for avocados out here. It's always like that. Okay, and then Ocean State Job Lot. Now, I want to tell you something about Ocean State Job Lot. Ocean State Job Lot is like the place, like even the people that work there don't necessarily know what's coming on the truck. And I used to shop at this little one. It was started in the Ocean State, Rhode Island, which is where my husband's family's from. And I used to shop at the little job lot down in Peter Van West. If you're still listening, you know the one I'm talking about. It's over in Wakefield. And now they're across the street where Benny's used to be. And Benny's was another great place to shop. Different vibe, different variety of stuff, but also a great place to shop. Now Benny's is gone and Job Lot moved in. The job lot that used to be in Wakefield, Rhode Island, in the old building, was floor to ceiling discounted toothpaste, second clothing, warm shirts from Orvis with the tag knocked out, maple syrup. You could get towels, you could get everything. You just never knew quite what, and socks. That was my favorite, $2 socks at Job Lot. So let's see what they've got this time. Sometimes they have some funny things in this, but All right, I like this. $59.99, 8-foot log rack, holds full face cord of wood, $29.99. Now, we burn about 2.5 in the winter. We're getting a bigger wood stove, so, but see that? That's the kind of stuff you need up here. We just use 4x4s, leftover 4x4s from various projects, and we put them under the wood, and we stack the wood, and you do kind of like this on the ends, and then you can put, stack the wood face out along the back of the garage. So that's where we have it. But if you don't have that, here's a nice little stack of wood. Maybe you want to make some like wood stack fencing. I kind of fantasize about that. It's the Martha Stewart in me. All right, let's see what else we got. Calso Earth shoes. That sounds like really comfortable. It looks like they got some wool ones, like felt ones and stuff. $25. Yeah, actually, and those are seconds. Those they're remaindered or something like that, because they're normally about $200, but they're $25. Calso Earth shoes at Job Lot. All right, and $10 for memory foam slippers. Okay, that sounds cozy. It's getting, cold weather's coming, so there you go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Last one. Oh, Shaw's. Okay, let's see here. Oh, buy 2, get 1 free Melita #4 coffee filters. If you like to make your coffee in a cone, or you have one of those, coffee makers that needs a #4, you buy 2, you buy 2, get 1 free. That's pretty good. That's like 30% off for those who like math. And for those who don't like math. All right, last one. Okay, Market Basket. Florida's Natural Orange Juice, $2.77 for a big one, 52 ounces. Okay, that's not bad. Still expensive, $3, a little less than $3, but that's actually, oh wait, no, this is grapefruit juice. Oh no, orange and grapefruit juice, 7 varieties. Actually, it's not just orange and grapefruit, they got all kinds. I've been having a grapefruit juice thing recently. I don't know, I think it's the winter coming on. I like to get a case of nice pink grapefruits and eat those. So anyway, and last thing, golden ripe pineapples, 2 for $4. Well, the last time I went to the grocery store and got a pineapple, it was a complete dud, total dud, completely flavorless, wasn't worth it, So do check out your pineapples. Make sure they smell good. If they don't smell good, they're not going to taste good. Okay, that's what I didn't do. I didn't sniff my pineapple. All right, anyway, there we go. You've been steals and deals. All right, so let's we've got a little bit of time before we have another, we have the 11:30 reading of the mail. So I've been having some fun with my Stratocaster recently. This is new to me. I don't know if I brought this on the show yet. Been having an awful lot of fun with it. It's a pretty sweet little ride here. Little Stratocaster. First time I've had a Strat. So I'm kind of in love. Put on my little tuner here and just make sure everything's groovy. So, if you're just joining us, welcome to Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard studio in Portland, Maine. And you can write to us, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. Oh my God, I think that's the first time I got it right on the first try. I'm training myself. So anyway, I've been hanging out with this little baby. And, one thing I wanted to talk about briefly is, I do have some shows coming up. And I realize that Postcards listeners, you guys are all over around the place. But if you are in Maine, I will be playing at Lenny's on November 20th, Sunday, November 20th, at the invitation of my new and now suddenly new and dear friend, Jay Peterson, who was on the show a couple weeks ago. Really cool cat, fabulous guitar player, knows a bazillion old country songs. He's a professional sign painter. And he lives at Lenny's up above there. And Lenny's has a long history with country music in Maine. Maine has a long and illustrious, actually, history of country music up here. So, let's see. So I think I might play this new song. Before I play it, I want to say just a couple words. First of all, I'm really happy that you're here with me this morning. It's really nice to hang out with you guys. And so a couple weeks ago, we got some news that a dear person in our world has been having a terrible time with anxiety, and I know she's not alone. A lot of people have been dealing with heightened anxiety, especially the last like 5 or 6 years. You know, politics, pandemic, all that stuff, and so I thought it was time to write something about that, and I hit it right on the nose, which is not normally my way. I usually like take my time and a circuitous route to approach a topic, but I just decided there's just not time for that, so we're just going to go for it. So anyway, so I wrote this song a couple weeks ago. It's called Anxiety. Woke up this morning out of my head, couldn't eat, couldn't even get out of bed. I chalked it up to the news these days, evil men and their more evil ways. A pot of strong coffee, I drink it all day in the hopes that these thoughts, they won't get in the way. Put on a smile and I close the front door, and I drive and I drive and I drive. Anxiety, oh, it's got a hold on me, and my whole world closes around me like I was a pearl in a shell. In darkness, homeless, trapped by thoughts distressed, I cannot see how I shine. I woke up this afternoon, got out of bed, thin ray of sunshine and a slice of brown bread, drank some black coffee and I didn't read the news. I just opened the door and laced up my boots, and the whole world opens around me like I was a pearl in a chest. Open the window and let the breeze curl in. I finally see how I'm blessed. Woke up this morning out of my head, couldn't eat, barely got out of bed. I put on a smile and I locked the front door, and I hide and I hide and I hide. Anxiety, you've really got a hold on me. Oh, anxiety, but you're not a part of me. Goodbye, 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 anxiety. Ooh. All right, new song straight out of the pen in my hands. Just joining us, welcome to Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from Portland, Maine, in the Postcard studio, where it's always 70 and sunny. Today's no different. It's actually probably going to be about 70 and sunny later today, and I'm going to be out there enjoying it, even though it ain't right to be in Maine. I do want to say a couple things. One is, let's read the comments, see who's here. Hey, spooky vibes. I know, thank you. I was feeling it too. Yep, thank you for I'll pass that along to Jay. He's really sweet. Sweet and amazing person. Yeah, thank you, Judith. So, one thing I want to say about the warm weather here in Maine, it is hunting season. November is deer hunting season, and I do come from a family of hunters. We're very proud of that. it's a relatively new pursuit in the last 5 years, and two of my family members have been through, extensive gun safety training, mentoring, target practice, all that kind of stuff. And the thing that's been amazing for us, as we have been eating on a moose for the last year, we had some last night, actually. It was very good. It was cooked in a sous vide cooker for about 24 hours, and it was out of sight. Out of sight. My husband's an amazing cook. Anyway, one of the things that I'm learning about now is tracking deer. So we have permission to hunt in a undisclosed location nearby, about 30 minutes from here, on land that belongs to a friend of ours, his family, and has for about 300 years, 250 years. Is a beautiful place, and there are a lot of deer in the woods around here. And one of the problems that we have is that there are just so many of them that they get hit by cars. They compete for food. So they have to endure starvation conditions sometimes in the winters here. So hunting is a very real way that, and because we no longer have our top predator, wolves, there is a need to call the herd. So it actually is part of keeping Maine wild, hunting. And the other thing that hunting does is it gets people out into places that are threatened by development. And to the roles of land conservation and hunting are very deeply connected. And this is something that, formerly from a non-hunting family, I didn't actually understand how important that is. So it seems like a little bit counterintuitive, but it is for real. And so, but one of the things I wanted to say is that we've been getting out the last couple of days, and the ticks are still out there. We have, I know in some parts of the country you do not have deer ticks, but here we have deer ticks, and they're very small, and they carry something called Lyme disease, which everybody's heard of, and they actually, I think, are moved around by the mice. I think the mice get ticks, and they move them around. As well as the deer. So anyway, if you are going out and enjoying a colder place these days, for instance, Maine, and going hiking in the woods and that kind of stuff, do be careful to check yourself for ticks. They like to walk up your legs and just find a nice warm spot. So, on your torso, on your back, on the backs of your legs. And it's a really quick thing to check for ticks. So just a reminder, check for ticks. Yeah, so anyway, that is bringing us right to mail hour. Dong, 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 it's mail call here at Postcards. So, one thing I got in the mail, as you know, and we're going to talk about this in a little while, not as part of mail call, is the Maine ballot, the Maine and Portland Maine ballot. We're going to look at that in about 15 minutes. But we have some mail here on the board, and I'm super excited about this. So first of all, we have a letter. We have a letter that came from Diana Ennis in Westwood, Kansas. What's up in Kansas, Diana? I'm super excited to get a letter from you. And they're always on these really beautiful cards. I'm going to read you the back of the card first. So front cover art by an inmate participating in the Arts in Prison programming. Arts in Prison's mission is to use the arts to inspire positive change in the incarcerated, reduce recidivism, and to reconnect ex-offenders with their communities. Founded in 1995, programs like the East Hill Singers, photography, visual arts, writing, theater, philosophy, literature, yoga, meditation, crochet and knitting, and other music programs. Arts in Prison Incorporated is a nonprofit, tax-exempt organization for information about upcoming concerts, galleries, or sponsorship and volunteer opportunities. Artists who listen to Postcards. Most of the people who love the show are artists of some kind. You can contact them, artsinprison.org, artsinprison.org. I'll just flash that up here right quick. So there you go. And am I backwards today? Is that backwards? I think I'm backwards today. I don't know why I think I'm forwards. Maybe I'm forwards on the interwebs. Okay, let's get down to business. All right, here we go. Greetings from the Heartlands, from Diana Ennis, Westwood, Kansas. And she has an outfit called the Heartland Song Network. And as you know, my emergency pick stash, because I remember how I used to always lose my picks. 1, 2, 3 from the Heartland Song Network. That's my emergency pick stash. Greetings from the Heartland. We are getting much needed rain today on Monday, October 24th. The Chiefs beat the 49ers last night, and the week holds much new promise. I'm in the midst of fielding submissions for the upcoming Heartland Song Network private showcase room at the upcoming Folk Alliance International Conference in Kansas City in February 2023, and I got to get my act together because I want to come to that. Danny and I leave for a sound diplomacy conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma next week, and November 6th, my 71st birthday. What? It was your birthday yesterday. Okay, happy birthday, Diana. I know, the Postcards birthday book is at the other studio, okay? I had a thing where I brought it over there and I've never brought it back. So, birthday people, if you feel neglected, never fear, it is coming back. Happy birthday, Diana, yesterday. No, 71st birthday. Danny leaves for a trip to Argentina with a cultural nonprofit, Ensembles Iberica. Next week on November 6th, my 71st birthday, Danny leaves for a trip to Argentina with a cultural nonprofit, Ensemble Iberica. For a couple of old retired folks, we are not letting any moss grow under our feet. Good to see you on the interwebs again. XOXO Diana Ennis. Thanks for the nice letter sent to 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. You can write to us. I will read it on the show on Monday, and love you up and down. And thank you, Diana, for writing in. And so, yeah, love me some Heartland Song Network. Here's some love for the Heartland Song Network. She's also on the air at KKFI. Now, there's one other piece of mail I got, which is this. I'm just going to read this. I tend to avoid politics, but because this came in the mail, I am going to read it. This was actually, I signed a piece of paper somewhere that said I would make sure that people, women and trans people and all kinds of other people who need safe and accessible and affordable health care. Healthcare. This is not just about abortion. This is about healthcare. So, I said I'm voting for candidates who support Planned Parenthood because 1, women and trans folk are people. 2, healthcare. Healthcare is a human right. And 3, public health is a number one importance. I wrote that. I wrote that, and it came in the mail last week. So I just want to thank the folks who were reminding us to get out and vote, to get out and do so. Vote as you please, but vote, all right? Turnout is extremely important. If you need a ride to the polls, call the League of Women Voters and see if they can help you, okay? They may be able to offer you some advice about how to get to the polls, all right? If you have a friend who can't get to the polls by themselves because they don't drive anymore, or there's another reason, offer to give them a ride. Take one person with you and make sure that extra, it's a good thing to do. It's the American thing to do. Just get out and vote. I want to say one other thing that I got in the mail. This is not a postcard from y'all, but I wanted to share this. I'm going to be very honored to be a part of it's actually a private event on Friday. I'm going to be performing music in honor of my favorite local nonprofit theater, Mayo Street Arts, at their Community Appreciation Night this coming Friday evening. I'm very proud to be doing that, and they sent me a little postcard. It has my name on it. Isn't that nice? So anyway, there's the mail call. Thank you for writing in, Diana. Anybody else who cares to write in? Some of you guys have written to me so many times, and I'm so appreciative. I have a really great array of postcards on the wall, and pretty soon they're going to be behind me for the show again. I'm super excited about that. And maybe if I'm in the mood, I'll bring my nice quilt down, or maybe we're just going to change it up and do something different. So I think I'm going to play another song. It's 11:39. You're listening to Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West. I'm super psyched that you're here. Leave me a comment so I know you're in the room, or like or love this broadcast. Share it around the place. So somebody who might need some songs, some steals and deals, and talking about stuff and things. Oh, and you know what I haven't done for a while is the bird report. I've got some bird feeders out here. I've been getting bluebirds. They like to eat off the ground. I've been getting, there's a flock of the most hilarious nuthatches that come around. They like to go in groups, and when they talk to each other, they sound like a bunch of old friends laughing together and making fun of each other. I mean, it's really hilarious. So they've been coming around. We've seen some goldfinches. There's a big flock of sparrows this year that likes to come over and eat like all the food. So that's a little bit, they're my problem children. Like, I don't know what to do with you guys. You come over and eat the entire thing. And so that's the bird feeder report. All right. I feel like I'm getting to the swing, you know, and it's only 11:41. All right, so let's see, what am I going to play here? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to play, I'm actually going to grab my Stratocaster again. I've been really feeling this one. This is a cover. When I was 17, 18 years old, and my musical tastes were really starting to gel. I was really feeling like, there we go. So when I was 17, 18, I started playing guitar. My musical tastes began to gel. I started to sing and play guitar and write some songs and stuff like that. One of the albums that was in my world was Blood on the Tracks, Bob Dylan's album Blood on the Tracks, which is one of my favorites. So I just thought, this one just speaks to me, and I'm just going to do my own little version of it here, and I'm going to do it as best I can. This is a version I worked up this morning. Well, I've seen love go by my door, never been this close before, never been so easy or so slow. Shooting in the dark too long, when something's not right, it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Dragging clouds so high above, I've only known careless love. It always has hit me from below. Though this time around it's more correct, right on target. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Let me try it again. Dragging clouds so high above, I've only known careless love. It always did hit me from below. But this time round it's more correct, right on target, so direct. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna purple clover, Queen Anne's lace, crimson hair across your face. You could make me cry if you don't know. I can't remember what I was thinking of. You might be spoiling me too much love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Flowers on the hillside blooming crazy, cricket talking back and forth in rhyme, Blue River running slow and lazy. I could stay with you forever and never realize the time. Situations have ended sad, relationships have all been bad. Might have been like Verlaine's and Rambo, but there's no way I can compare all them scenes to this affair. You're gonna make me lonesome when we go. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm doing, staying far behind without you. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm saying. Oh, you're gonna make me give myself a good talking to. Well, I look for you in old Honolulu, San Francisco and Ashtabula. You're gonna have to leave me now, I know, but I'll see you in the sky above, and the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go, but I'll see you in the sky above, and the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. All right, just one of my favorites from Bob Dylan. Sending a shout out to the immortal bard, Bob Dylan. Somewhere, he's hanging out today, probably in his studio, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, and writing songs for us. So, there's that song for you. I'm just starting to work that up, and at my gig in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing an acoustic version of that because it's just one of my favorites. I just love it. It's upbeat. It's, it's a song of longing. I love those. Good old song of longing. So, if you're just joining us, welcome to Postcards. It's 11:45 in the morning on Monday here on the East Coast. And all y'all on the West Coast, it's getting to be a more reasonable hour to be awake. It's about 8:45 out there, as I'm told. Don't forget to change your clocks. I'm sure y'all have noticed that by now. It's the weirdest feeling now. When I was a kid, you wake up and you'd be like, oh my God, it's like this time. And then you realize, oh, I have a whole other hour. It's so nice. Now it's like you wake up, your phone wakes you up, and you're like, why is it so light out on Sunday morning? That's the way it is. So, all right, so, we got a couple nice comments here. Let's take a look. I love Dylan. I used to listen to both him and Bowie several times a week. If not, I get withdrawals. Ha ha. I'm a Bowie fan too. I haven't been listening to him enough recently. Oh, and I went to the record store. Okay, I got to talk about that. I didn't get any Bowie records, but I got a couple records and I want to share with you. Oh, yes. Homemade banana cranberry bread. Okay. Game on. You wish you could share? Well, you willing to share the recipe? You can just pop it in the comments there, Judith, or send it on a postcard to 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. We'll read it on the air and share it with everybody. Maybe we need to do a postcards cookbook. That's something that could happen. Probably mentioned that about 12 times. So before we get into the ballot, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do, which I'm gonna step off the screen for a second, and I'm gonna go get my new records because I'm so excited about this. I went to the record shop down on Congress Street, Strange, Maine. Saturday night, I went out on a date with my hubs. We had a really nice time. It was beautiful. Everybody was out. And I hadn't stepped into a record store in a minute, and I got a wonderful new little record player that I've been loving. It's an Electro Home. I absolutely love this thing. It has built-in CD player. It's got a tuner. It says hello to me when it starts up. It's got Bluetooth. You can also digitize stuff from this thing. I'm thrilled. So I've been listening to my Tom Lehrer records and Wes Montgomery and a bunch of other stuff, Quebecois fiddling and whatnot, but I wanted to share with you the records I got. So this is the Chad Mitchell Trio at the Bitter End in New York City. Bitter End, famous folk club. So this one is live, and it has John Birch Society on it, which is a great one, and a whole bunch of songs I don't know by the Chad Mitchell Trio. Now, Chad Mitchell Trio got banned from the radio. Look at these guys, okay? Don't they look like, college Joes, right? They probably were, but they had a song called the Ku Klux Klan, which was banned from the radio. And it is one of the best protest songs ever written. It's really hard. It's a little hard to find, okay, because it's controversial, but it is brilliant. So anyway, Chad Mitchell Trio, here's the shout to cross the airwaves and the ether. And then the other record I got, I'm going to tell you about after we talk about voting, okay? It's time to go out and vote, people. So some of y'all have already voted, done your early voting, or you're going tomorrow, you have plans. If you don't have plans and you don't know where your polling place is and you're not registered even, Google, how do I register to vote? Can I register at my polling place? What do I need to bring with me? Okay? Google that and see what you can figure out. If you can't figure it out, call the League of Women Voters and say, help. I need help. Or go to their website and they should be able to help you. There's a lot of good information out there. Just make sure you have it. Okay. So my roommate made it. That's no excuse. That sounds really good. Yeah, nice roommate. All right, so let's look at the ballot. We're going to take a quick look at the Portland, Maine ballot. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here. I was taking a look at it before I came on the air. I just want to give a shout out to some people I know on here who are running for various things. Janet Mills, I had the honor of meeting her a couple years ago. She's been a wonderful governor. She's running against Paula Page is running again. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but I also want to say that Jill Doosan, who's running for state senate again, she did a great absolutely fabulous job in the Portland City Council for a very long time. She's a long-term public servant, and she really takes her job seriously. And also Jeffrey Towns is running for that spot as well, and he's the grandpa to a whole bunch of cool kids that live right across the street from me. So good luck to them. I hope, wish you the best with that. And then also for representative, we got Dale Holman and Sam Zager. Sam Zager we know quite well, and we're really pleased with the service that he's been providing. He's a super cool cat. He's a family physician, and he also went. He was also in the Navy. He really dedicated public servant. Really cool guy. So thank you, Sam, for being on the ballot. All of y'all, good luck. Good luck tomorrow. And then see if anybody else in there that I want to talk about. Oh yeah, Shelley Pingree is our representative in U.S. Congress. She is a fantastic lady. She's not scared. She has been a tremendous help to so many immigrants. When I first started working with immigrants, getting folks settled here in Maine, it came up repeatedly that if you had questions or you need someone to call and inquire about the status of an application or your work permit, that kind of thing, if it had gone past the required amount of time that you're supposed to get it back by, those folks would call. They were really an amazing help. The news isn't always what you want, but they will do it for you. That she's got a staff that takes care of that stuff. So thank you, Shelley, for being on the ballot again, be stepping up and being of service at a really kind of a wild time. Oh, hey, thanks. I appreciate that. I didn't mean to railroad you, but that's awesome. That would be great. We could share that and have some banana cranberry bread together. Oh, look at that. Diggy's on his way. Okay. All right, if you're just joining us, this is Postcards. We're talking about the Portland ballot. Portland, Maine ballot. Okay, so, and this is giving me a chance to really look things over before I fill it out later today and stick it in the box at City Hall, which is something I like to do. I don't even know if I like to do it, but I know I like to do it. This is the first time I've gotten an absentee ballot. So here in Portland, we've got City Council at-large seat to fill a 3-year term, and for the last number of years, it's been Pius Ali. He's a friend of mine. A lot of people know him around here, really good guy. Originally from Ghana, he, I think, was the first black Muslim man to be elected to the city council. He's a really dedicated public servant, and he shows up every time. So thank you, Pius. Before that, I think he was on the school board. And he's got a couple people running, competing for that spot this year, so good luck to everybody. And there's, let's see. Okay, then we get to the back. So check this out. Doesn't that look simple and uncomplicated? It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 citizen initiatives, referenda, I think is what they're also called, here on the ballot this time. And at every major street corner in Portland right now, there are these dueling signs about, like, vote for this one and this one, but don't vote for that. And so I kind of want to see what's in here. There is Airbnbs. I know some of y'all have Airbnbs, and that's a part of your income, and it's a really amazing thing that we can do. I've certainly used them enough when I've traveled. It's a great way to go stay in kind of out of the way, unusual, interesting places. Most recently, I got to stay up mid-coast on a organic apple orchard with hiking that you could do right from there. It was beautiful and amazing, and incredible, cool people that own it, and wake up on an apple orchard on the side of a mountain. It was amazing. However, they're not regulated here in the city, and what they're trying to do is rein that in a little bit, because we have a housing crisis. Like I don't have to tell you twice. If you live in a place where housing is tight, Portland's rental housing has gone through the roof for the last few years, and a lot of that's from Airbnbs, just driving the rent prices up. The scarcity factor is real. So, it's a tough question. If you own property and you want to Airbnb it, anyway. So I got to read up on this. I don't know whether to vote yes or no on this. Okay. The second one is also about Airbnb. So there's a question A and a question B. So I think I'm going to have to read up on this. And like I said earlier, if you get an absentee ballot in Portland, Maine this year, you also get 42 pages of notes of stuff that's being crossed out, rewritten, to, citizen, about all the citizen initiatives, what the actual changes are. So tonight we're going to be having some fun over our Monday night bacon, beans, biscuits, and greens dinner with our neighbor and talking about what's on the ballot and making sure that she gets to the polls tomorrow. Oh, look at this, $3,500 for a one-bedroom in New York City. Yeah, yep, real talk, real talk. And so let's take a look here, and then we've got, okay, so this is a 90-day, this is an act to protect tenants in Portland, ensuring that tenants receive a 90-day notice for lease termination or rent increases. And we do have rent control in Portland. It's a little complicated. So there, it's kind of being, I got to read up on whether to vote yes or no on this thing, because sometimes it's just totally backwards. Let's see, and then there's the last one, Okay, an act to restrict cruise ships in order to reduce congestion and pollution will limit the number of passengers who may disembark from cruise ships to no more than 1,000 people on a given day in aggregate. I'm actually going to vote no on that, because I've seen that a lot of businesses downtown are like, no, do not restrict these people who come in on cruise ships. They park. Also, musicians. I've been down and played for folks that get off cruise ships. You make a little nice little chunk of change playing for the folks who are coming to your town to drop their money and have a good time in your town. So I'm gonna say no to that. So anyway, as a reward for sitting through, listening to the Portland ballot, congratulations, by the way. And it looks like we still have a few people on, so you haven't been bored out of your minds. It's important stuff, and I have to admit, I've been using you guys as a way to force myself to try and understand what's going on here. So thank you for helping me with my ballot. This is the other record I got. This was one of my favorite records when I was about 18, 19 years old. It's Traffic. You might recognize this guy right here, Stevie Winwood. His daughter actually is also a musician in her own right, forging her own path. She actually lives in Nashville or thereabouts. I've met her. She's a wonderful young lady, Lily Winwood. So anyway, this was an album that really helped to form my musical taste. So I'm super excited that for $4, it's kind of beat up. Maybe it has some scratches on it. I don't care. I'm just going to hang this on the wall and be like, these guys helped me form my musical taste. So thank you, Traffic, for still being on vinyl. Yeah. So, yes, yay, Traffic. I thought so. I knew there was reasons I liked you guys. All right, there we go. Well, we've done all the business end of Postcards, so it's time for another song before we head out. And I'm going to go out with the Postcard song on the electric, because Judith didn't get to hear it this morning. And Judith, you aren't a very important person in the world. Oh, check it out, Mr. Fantasy. Yeah, I know. It's amazing how deep these influences go. I will say before I hang up here, and before we play the Postcard song one more time, is it's kind of an amazing experience to go back and listen to albums I listened to as a child. One of the vinyl records, I think I've mentioned this before, was Jim Croce's Life and Times. And he unfortunately passed away at a very young age from a plane crash. I think it was a plane crash. So, but the thing I was going to say was that I realized how much the production of that record and the writing and the super tight writing on that record influenced me as a songwriter. Aren't I lucky? Aren't we lucky to have grown up with vinyl records and to grow up with music in general and to have a chance to learn to play guitars and get a very expensive habit that you can't get out of because they're just so awesome? Listen, it's been a really nice time hanging out with you guys this morning. Sending my love to all of you. Just reminding you to vote. If you're not sure where to go, just Google. Where's my polling place? Here's my address. They'll tell you where to go, and if you're not registered, find out if there's same-day voter registration. Or maybe you need to go to City Hall today. Otherwise, just show up and vote up. Upvote your favorites and downvote the others. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, Just write a postcard and do it in C natural. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time. You don't need a reason, you don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box. To write a postcard to 224 Anderson Street. Just write a postcard. Here in Portland, Maine, just write a postcard. And there's a chickadee, 04101. 'Cause Grandma loves this show. Thanks, everybody. It's been a wonderful time. We'll see you next week. I have no idea what's happening next week because it's kind of a week-to-week thing this time around. Love you guys so much, and we will catch you on the rebound. Have a great day. Have a great week. Get out there. Put your ballots in the box today. Put them in the box tomorrow, as you please, as you're able. And have a great election day, and we'll be catching up about all of that next time. All right, lots of love, people.